This is a rough video. What's up, boxing fans? It's PullCounterBoxing coming at you with another video. I want to look at Terrance Crawford versus Errol Spence, and I just kind of want to analyze what I see as a prediction between who would probably have the advantage in that matchup. Now, I'm looking at the Terrance Crawford side. You know, Terrance Crawford is, the total package. He's a complete boxer. He has good power. And when I say good power, I mean, he don't have like one punch knockout power, but you know, he has to hit you with like a combination of good, left right hooks, you know what I'm saying? And he could break you down, body punches, he could do it all, you know. He has good timing. He has the good footwork. You know, he's not exactly Mayweather, but from what I see, he has a really high boxing IQ. He moves well. He moves just enough, to make opponents miss. But one thing about Bud is he still gets hit. And he gets hit hard and he gets hurt. Um, I think that you know, his mentality is his Achilles heel is that he likes to fight. He don't stick to boxing. Even when he's the smaller man, he likes to stand in there and he likes to brawl, and even at his own disadvantage. Um, I see Bud, you know, maybe winning the early rounds against Errol Spence by pure boxing. But the other thing on the Errol Spence side is he also has a high boxing IQ. And it may take Errol Spence a few rounds to adapt to Terrence Crawford's speed, because he's very cunning, he's very slick and elusive, and he has more experience than Spence. But one thing that trumps a lot of that is power, and Errol Spence has a lot of power. And I don't think that Terrance Crawford has the not he has stamina, but he don't have the weight, and he don't have the strength to keep Errol Spence from walking him down, from chasing him around the ring. It's one thing to be able to maneuver somebody, but when you got another athletic fighter who's just as athletic as you, who can move and who's in their prime, that's gonna be very difficult for Terrance Crawford to be versatile, because he's not going to want to leave himself open, so he's going to be forced to be more of a pure boxer, and that's not his mentality. He's going to want to fight. He's going to want to fight Errol Spence. He's not going to let Errol Spence walk him down, and he's going to want to meet him in the middle of the ring, and he wants to fight because they both got that dog mentality. And I see Errol Spence knocking Terrance Crawford out. I'll say maybe around like late, like in the 8th or ninth round. And the reason I say that because it would take some time for Errol to adjust to the different looks that Terrance gonna give him. Because Terrance can switch lefty, and he can switch to the right, which I think will throw Errol Spence off some. But due to Errol Spence don't care about about getting hit, from smaller fighters such as Terrance Crawford. You know, it's gonna create a whole nother, dynamic to where if Terrance Crawford can hurt Spence, you're gonna have to hit him with something to keep Errol off him, and that's gonna be interesting to find out. Um, I don't think Crawford has that kind of power to keep a big welterweight like Errol Spence off of him. And with the sanctioning boxing commissions, whatever you want to call them, freezing him out right now, I think Terrance Crawford is the only fight out there that that's going to be open for Spence, for him to advance his career with Crawford having a WBO belt and Errol Spence having the IBF. If he win that IBF, if he win that WBO belt, then he'll have more power going to negotiations with Porter or Thurman or any of the other champions, welterweight champions. Of course, Pacquiao, he's not going to fight any of these young lions. He's done. He's just in it to fight Mayweather, and he'll probably be out of there. But I don't see Crawford lasting. I think he has the ability to probably box Spence for a few rounds, but it's that power, and along with Spence's ability to box and cut off the ring, Terrance will have to come up with some raw power to keep Spence off of him, because it's going to be a long night for him. But maybe I'm underestimating Terrance Crawford. Maybe he has a little bit more dog in him than I suspect. Maybe he got a little bit more power than I suspect. It's hard to tell, because all the competition basically that Crawford has fought, his skill is so great that you can't really tell, because he hasn't really fought anybody on the top tier of the welterweight division. And look like Crawford and Spence are the boogeymen of the division. And don't look like nobody want to touch those two, because they have that special talent. And another one who has that special talent is Keith Thurman. But of course, that's a whole nother story. We are in for the fight of the century between these two, and I am not disappointed that the fight is not happening right away, because I believe when these two fight, it's going to be on the scale of Ali versus Frazier, and everybody is going to tune in to see those two, the best of their generation, fight. And I know I'm going to spend my money to see it. How about you? That's all I got today, y'all. That's PullCounterBoxing. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you watching my videos, and thank you very much.